Well, hello. How are you? How's everything today? My beard itches. So, they're back to really beginning to irritate me again with the football because the night games are the good games and they last forever. Last night went into overtime. Lasts forever. Give me a break. I gotta get up in the morning. I got a dog that likes to go out. That's what I do. Okay? So what's going on? What do I have written here? Let's see. Kamala Harris, it's an article on CNN today about she's trying to figure out what she should do next. Go home and don't bother anybody. The fact that you remain silent so long after the last election proves that you really don't have a clue what you're doing. You're not the one they need right now. You'd be a huge distraction to some people that are like AOC and Bernie Sanders and whatnot that are trying to actually accomplish something. So let's just say, buck it, stay home. All right. Oh, now you got a Michigan Mormon church where a guy drove a car into the church, killed a couple people, wounded 8 people, set the place on fire. I think from what I saw, he basically burned the building down before they shot and killed this maniac. I mean, you got a disagreement with God. Why the hell are you going after people for? They're not doing anything to you. Or did they do something to you? The people that are doing these shootings, first of all, you can get all the gun legislation you want about guns. And I agree with you. I love guns, but I think certain weapons aren't necessary for the public to own. Okay, although with Trump as president, maybe they are. I don't know. But anyhow, the point is that we have to start, making some sort of psychiatric examination necessary for a gun owner. And people who see something need to report it, just like after 9/11, because this is getting to be to a point that's really, 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 really dangerous with these maniacs. Because that was Sunday night, Sunday afternoon or night, whatever. And then there was another one. There was one on Saturday with 3 dead and 8 wounded. And again, nobody knows the reasons behind this. Okay, you can investigate it till your head falls off. You're never going to know. Psychopaths don't leave trails, that you can track down. Oh, they'll leave little hints now, since you're looking for them. But if you're not deliberately looking for them, if you're not examining the person, you probably won't notice anything. Just because a person looks like he's evil doesn't mean he's evil. Trust me, I know that. And just because they look like they're nice people like me doesn't mean that they're a real prick. You know what I'm saying? Which I've been accused of. So, moving along, what else is Trump screwed up this weekend? Oh, he's going to put a 100% tariff on foreign-made movies brought into the United States. Now, I saw a couple of good movies over the years in those little artsy theaters, that only exist in New York City now, I think, but they used to have them in West Orange, and Livingston used to do it once in a while. Livingston's competition was the drive-in theater and the monster movies and everything, so. But they just put those guys right out of business. 100% tariff, if I understand it correctly, is that whatever the price of the movie is, it just doubled. And that's just about as inflationary as you can possibly get, because these people don't have the money that make these movies overseas. These little, most of them. Don't get me wrong. Some of them are big movies, but the so-called little art movies and whatnot, they're not coming here anymore. You know, unless they smuggle them in on a CD or something like that. You know, on a memory stick or something. I don't know. You know. Oh wow. It's really just nasty shit going on. You know, he's really he's not a nice guy, folks. Let's get straight. You know, he's saying he's going to do, and he's ruining the economy. He's destroying the small businessman, and he may not be killing the IBM, but he's destroying the small businessman, and that's just not acceptable as far as I'm concerned. Because I used to be a small businessman. That being able to do that was what allowed me to retire. Without the ability to earn extra money or earn a living, you know, by owning a business myself, a small business myself, I would never have been able to retire. Working for other people, you know, I was a bartender and a chef. I wasn't good enough to work in those $400 a plate gourmet dinners. I didn't cook that kind of food, you know. I did fantastic presentations, but I did, you know, basically food that you like, steaks. I was a great brunch cook, chef, making menus and stuff like that, you know, using recipes that I've gotten from my parents and both my mother and my father over the years. That for breakfast, that was, you know, great, you know. Somebody's calling me. I have to wait on that one. But that's, you know, that's how I got here. So I really support small business people, you know. So long as they're honest, and they're not, you know, they're being honest, they're treating the people right, they can be extremely successful. And it gives these people that don't have the opportunity to make $100,000 a year, it gives them an income that they can, you know, retire from. And the opportunity to save money, you know. But that's just, you know, this cannot be right. I just see a headline here. That's 2 days ago, so we know that's not true. Okay. But anyhow, sitting here thinking about all this stuff. Did you know that the Mormon leader, the original Mormon leader, I'm going to say his name was Joseph Smith, but I'm probably wrong about that, because I really only know certain things about the church. I don't, you know, people and whatnot. When he moved to Utah, and he got to Utah, and they established the church and whatnot, he also established, you can call it whatever you want, a hit squad, marshals, Mormon marshals, or whatever they were. But their job was to keep people from leaving, keep dissent quiet. You can't complain, you know, sort of like Donald Trump. But the difference was these people didn't put people in jail. These people shot him and killed him. So that's, you know, not something I think they should be proud of. But they got disbanded, I think, late 1800s they were finally disbanded. I'm not sure. There's not a lot known about them because they don't like that to get out, you know. That's not that's not their finest moment in the church. But that, you know, I have nothing against Mormons. These people that go out and do the pilgrimages. I have nothing against the born again Christians or whatever they are, or if it is the Mormon church that stands outside on the sidewalk in this heat and tries to sell you literature. I've talked to them. I give them the time of day. I like them. They're nice people. I got nothing against them. I just don't believe in any religion, okay? I'm not an atheist. That's what, I don't know, there's a word for me and I don't know what it is. Somebody told it to me one time and I've long since forgotten what it was. But, come here, Lucy. Come on. Here you go. I don't believe in religion. I believe in God, but I don't believe in religion or God or something, you know, of that nature. I don't know where the word God came from or how it derived from it anyhow, but I don't believe in the rest of the stuff. Didn't make sense to me. But anyhow, I don't argue with people about religion because I don't question their beliefs. I think everybody has a right. I believe in freedom of religion. I believe everybody has a right to worship whatever they want, the way they want. Just so long as it isn't harming other people, you know. Some people take religions to the extreme. I'm trying to think of an example of something that's around right now, and I really don't have a true example, but they'll take the word of God to the extremes, you know, and they hurt people. That's what these Christians are all about. Some of them now, the political Christians, you know, they're about that, you know. But you know, Hitler was a Christian, supposedly. I don't think he was an atheist. But this is where I, you know, have a real serious problem, because religious condones white supremacy at a great many, you know, not major scale religions, but religions. You know, the part about religion is anybody can start one. You can go out tomorrow morning and start a religion. Let's say we could have Lucy we could have a religion where everybody worships Lucy, and Lucy's got those poses down, you know, where she sits and whatnot, and you could say that's a princess, you know, we should worship her, you know. Then you have to have a human that talks to the dog and tells you what the dog is saying, which is just dumb as shit. You know. Do I talk to my dog? Yes, but not for religious purposes, okay? That's a cult. That isn't a religion. Just like what's really going on in politics isn't political. It's a cult. MAGA is not a political party. It is a cult. And otherwise, as a true political party, it would have been gone by now. You know. But I get it. I'm really having a problem, because I said this yesterday. Well, not yesterday. I guess Saturday maybe I said it. Where you're sitting around, and people are sitting around and waiting for the 2026 election. And I got news for you. If it happens, it'll be, the odds of it being an honest election are astronomical. That's if Trump allows it to happen. And what are you going to do if he can't? If in October of next year the elections get canceled? What are you going to do? Huh? The only alternative to that is not nice. It's not sane. It's political it's violence, and that's probably not going to get you where you want to go with Trump. You just need a lot of smarter people than me, and it's easy to find a lot of smarter people than Donald Trump to sit around and decide what's actually going on. If you look at Trump, yeah, Trump's a bad person, yada, 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 yada. But he doesn't get to do everything unless the Senate passes these bills, which they are. So what's that mean? That means the Republicans are no good. Or the MAGAs are no good. I don't think all of Republicans are bad. So what do you do there? That's what they're hoping the 2026 election does. But that just allows things to change temporarily. Okay? You have this guy, what's his last name, Miller or something like that, the deputy chief of staff or the chief of staff for Trump, that's sitting in the background doing all this shit with the ICE and everything else. He's basically in charge of everything that's bad. Trump is just stupid. He's got this idea that tariffs are great. Well, he's never been in the manufacturing world. All right, he's never really sold anything. He's never dealt with manufacturing. He's never dealt with a business like that. His only business has been real estate, and not even the construction end of it does he get a lot of. He just knows how to cheat people. He's very good at that. Especially if you're not a major corporation. He will you go to work and you think you're going to get rich. What you're going to do is get broke and owe a lot of people money. Trump puts a paper down in front of you and says, sign here, we'll be partners, we'll make billions of dollars together. Don't sign it. Tear it up, set fire to it. It's probably fireproof. Alright, so listen up. Today's Monday. We have a football game tonight, right? Right. Let me go take care of that right now. See, I forget who's playing all the time, Dolphins, Jets. Well, that, under ordinary circumstances, going back years ago, would have been a great game. But, it's not years and years ago, so I don't know how much the competition's going. The Jets seem to be playing some good ball, but nobody cares. The Dolphins, I think Tug, whatever his last name is, nice guy from what I understand. I think he's outlived his usefulness to the Miami Dolphins, and it's time for them to make a change there. But that's the football side of things. All right. So listen up. You know what this means now. It's that time. All right. So you need to subscribe. Subscribe. At the end of the video, hit the subscribe button. Doesn't cost you a dime. Okay. Somebody yesterday left and they came back. I don't know why they did that or what happened. Probably they made a mistake and hit the wrong key. Could have been me for all I know. Anyhow, subscribe to me. It doesn't cost you anything. You can unsubscribe anytime you want. You get to see my videos every day. If you don't like it, you could say I hate it. What's wrong with that stupid fat slob? Whatever you want to do, So all right. That's it for today. We will see you mañana. Have a good one. Where'd you go? Oh, there you are. There we go.